after Superbrand, you know. All those great brands they put out there, this is Zimbabwe in India. So what I'm trying to say is that we really need to be more confident of who we are and what we can deliver. I'm in the healthcare sector, and I just googled which are the biggest pharmaceutical, yeah, maybe biggest pharmaceutical companies, and I came up with Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, Merck and Company, and Novartis. Three of those companies have got a Zimbabwe in their leading research team. Novartis, Merck and Company, and Pfizer. You saw the Pfizer issue when they're developing the vaccine. So I think we have a little bit of that, you know, even in our local brands, there's great stories that have come here. Yes, we face hardships, you know, but stories that started something with great ambition and stories that I think can be repeated. You know, who remembers Kingdom then and their ambition to be on the New York Stock Exchange? For me, great achievement. The very fact of having given hope to so many at the time, it just shows what is possible. So for me, that is the message for us. If I walk about the emphatic portal way, just remember this. Let's be inspired to actually create African brands. Uh, let's be inspired to actually create brands that will restore dignity to us as Africans. Then we see it and we talk about the vaccine, we can't get it. Well, that let's create those brands. Zim has done good. You know, you look at brands like Inspo, they're not known years ago. You know, all those things are in the world. Throughout Africa, you come across those things. Simple. You know, of course, that's why I like this NASF initiative because they say charity begins at home. So we start creating these brands here and we grow them hopefully to be global brands. And for me, if my generation has not achieved that, I see a lot of much younger people in the room. This is the challenge that I would like to live with them this morning. Being marketers, who are the creatives, who are the guys that actually help create those solutions and create and take them into the market. And for me, that is why I welcome this opportunity to talk today. Because I'm proud of Africa, I'm proud of African brands, I want to be part of growing African brands that will live beyond us, that will make an impact. So when I took up the job at Siemens, a lot of people wonder, why are you going to play Siemens? No, it's not at all, you know. But for me, it was about helping to grow this brand. Or at least living it somewhere, you know, we can others can carry on with it and hopefully create it with a global brand. So with that diversion, let's get on to the presentation. So for us, what we use is the sum of all sensations, our thoughts, our feelings, our reactions as individuals in response to the brand. It is not specific to a channel, it's not specific to a channel or to media type. And the result is that lasting impression. What it actually feels, what someone encounters, remains after you, what remains with somebody. You know, when somebody says, oh me, you know, what do I feel? You know, let's look at, you know, the good thing now, which is why I think it's a good time to be waiting, is the technology that is happening. You know, 20 years ago, when we started seeing globalization, when we started seeing technology going on exponential, a lot of us never imagined to hear that. But the advantage that it does for me is that it kind of levels the playing field. Even with the adversity that you and I face from a place like Zim, we've got access to the latest knowledge. We've got access to the latest technology. So with that, let's understand customer experience from what I thinks about.
So now, I think for me that was quite exciting in the sense that you could see they walk into a store, physical store, they are carrying their gadgets, they are able to interact with the screen, you know. Favorite part is when they take selfies on the screen, onto their phone, you know. They go onto the counter where they are now looking at comparing the products that they want, right? Getting various information about the product. For me, that's great. You know, I must confess, retail examples I identify with because I am an avid shopper. You know, you always think ladies are. I am worse. You know, so something like that. I would get into a shop and you get bored trying to follow the store attendant to ask things. But look at that combination of things on their phone, uh, in the shop itself. Physically, they've got the shoe. For me, that is really amazing, and that's where we should be going. But you know what? It's not all pie in the sky like that, as you'll see as we go on. You know, some of it is stuff that's within our reach that we can do. You know, because the technology is there now. We're using it, but are we maximizing it? So now, in terms of, like I said, I'm not going to go into talking about the hepatic portals vein to doctors. You know what I'm talking about. Multi-channel versus omni-channel. With your omni-channel, it's all around the customer. And as that example showed us, you can walk into the store, but you can, your mobile phone still picks up that you are dealing with, you are in that particular shop. They can send you messages about what you are looking at while you are in the shop, you know. Even the radio is focusing on your own needs. The newspaper is about you. When you look at the social media, your own whatever now gets pushed to you, it's about your experiences and you walking into the store. One of the fallacies that we've had as this happened was that the physical brick and mortar is out. But as you can see from there, the physical brick and mortar is important, you know. Otherwise, how do you distribute the goods? And it is the integration with these other channels that makes a difference. Okay, let's move on. Now, what is omni-channel marketing? So there are examples there given I'm not going to go into detail about that, but all it's about is how this is integrated. When someone wants to buy a gin, he walks into a physical store, he makes his requests, and if the size is not there, they get his detail, it can be delivered to him, so the delivery is quite important. But because they've seen the pattern, they can send more messages to the person in terms of this is the type of goods that you want. So like I said, I'm not going to go through that. I'm sure you've seen those examples yourself, you know. But it's just to demonstrate that we have those technologies even now in terms of email we can communicate with people through email. Delivery places to actually send things and deliver. When I talk about SIMAs, I'll talk about some of the stuff that we're doing in terms of delivering goods, you know. I can't say more about that other than what we've seen there. But why the omni-channel, you know? And this is what research is saying. This is growing in terms of customer retention. The results are telling 90% of the consumers jump between different devices throughout the day. We do it, you know. And you have seen it also with the small kids, you know. They'll get home, they want your iPad, they want the TV. You want, choose what you want. Do you want the iPad? Do you want the TV? Do you want the phone? You know, but that's how they are wired, you know. 250% higher purchase and engagement rate. 50% of consumers expect to purchase online and pick up in store. And by now, we all have had those experiences. 71% of shoppers use their smartphone while shopping in store. 30% higher lifetime value for omni-channel customers. So this is here. It's not like an idea in the future. Okay. 45% consumers expect in-store salesperson to be aware about online products. For me, one of the advantages, this I told you, is sometimes you can't even see the salesperson, you know? And yet this now offers you more options to get the information that you need. You'll be familiar with those brands, you know? Very familiar with them. Guess what they are doing, these guys? Most of them have multiple locations, but they also invite us to utilize both their websites and their mobile apps to conduct their day-to-day banking. And you know that being able to transferring money via mobile devices is much easier than logging onto your account or your desktop computer. You know that. When was the time? In fact, they phased it. You remember those RTGS forms? You know, those things are gone. Who needs them? Remember driving to the bank to put in your RTGS form. And it's not far up back, go. We're talking 10, 15 years. You know, it's gone. You know, these guys have led the way. So for me, the financial services sector in the country, I think they have really invested. And as much as even 20 years ago, I was mentioning those brands, Kingdom, Trust Bank, and what have you, they're already talking about mobile banking way back then, 20 years ago. You know? So I think for me, it's something that we should say, it's not pie in the sky, it's stuff that's already happening. These are brands that we all know, and we've seen them doing this. Let's look at Amazon. Their e-commerce, what are they doing? Not only do customers have access to their file via the Amazon website, but they have also access to some of the information via these channels. The mobile app, the Alexa devices, smartwatches, in-store. All those channels are there. And customers can take their Amazon card with them virtually everywhere. Not only can they place and track orders, but they can choose to pick those orders up in store at various locals. You know, I'm sure you're all familiar with that example, but I'm just emphasizing it to say this is not impossible. I mentioned about our banking sector doing great things, but there's more still to be done. I hope there are people that work for banks here. You know, my bank the other day, I applied for a card, renewal of the card. 3 weeks later, I'm still waiting. You know, it's on the way. Even visas and the passport office can at least help you track it. You know, what about a little addition where I can just log on and be told that, oh, your banking card has now been sent to Zimbabwe from wherever it's coming from, you know, or it's been processed. Just little things like that, for me, they change the customer experience. Even passport office can do it. You know, the other bank, I got a card 2 weeks ago, loaded money on it. I'm still, doesn't work, you know? And the story there is get the back-end systems working. You know, otherwise what could have been a good experience has turned out to be a nightmare. Imagine getting onto the toll gate and trying to use this card when the internet is down, when the Echo Cache is down. Imagine the net, and you know you've loaded the money on it, you know, and everyone is hooting behind you. So as much as I acknowledge that we've done great things here, I think there's still quite a bit of work we need to do. Let's talk about Fortune. Unfortunately, I can't see my screen here. Should I leave it there? Okay. So Fortune is currently deploying kiosk and omnichannel solutions for its leisure brands, Sports Scene and Total Sports. I actually didn't know that those were Fortune brands. Now I know. So visitors to these stores will be able to browse each brand's full online catalog and make purchases in store while using cloud-based apps deployed in kiosks. Cloud-based, remember that, we'll talk about it later. And that enables you to carry your solutions everywhere. The touchscreen enables customers to explore shoppable content as well as order and pay for the items beyond those available in store. Those are the Foschini brands. Okay. Starbucks, what is the experience there? And there's Starbucks in South Africa, so we've all have experienced this. Loyalty rewards program maintained in the rewards app. However, users can add money to their rewards via multiple channels, including the mobile device, the websites, in-store. Great stories. Sorry. These brands are also largely in South Africa, all doing great things, trying to get you to pick your parcel at home. These guys have just set up physical pickup points, physical stores. This one, no Zimbabwean doesn't know this brand. Okay, they've got online shopping, but I was talking to my wife and she was like, it doesn't work that well, but it's a start, you know. But this one, it works better. We've used this Woolworths. You simple order online. They'll call you if they can't fill your order. They'll deliver where you are. You know? But there's more to do. Now I should walk into the shop and they should be able to pick up that I'm in the shop. But obviously that's controversial. Do you want to be tracked to that extent? Maybe some of us are a bit uncomfortable with it, but that's possible with Go Group. You know, they can trace you. You've walked into the shop. That is if you actually agree that you can. But this, I've also tested this. Great shopping experience online. You know? Now, let's talk about what I know and leave the hepatic portal vein. This is Siemens. These are various units, all carrying our brands. As you can see, Med Labs, Siemens Care, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to go into each one of those because I think you want to hear other stories rather than just me talking about our brands. I think to understand a brand, it's important to understand its purpose. So for us, our purpose is to inspire healthier communities by providing global standard health and wellness solutions. 15 years ago, Siemens was about paying your medical expenses, paying your healthcare costs. If I said Siemens, you probably thought about that atrocious medical aid form, you know? But we're more than that now. We're in fact saying we want to be there throughout your life, you know? We want to be there to make sure that you live a longer, healthier, happier life. And we do so by intervening early. 2016, we introduced our wellness program, ICO. It's been fantastic going for us because now people are interacting with our brand every day and we haven't even started, you know? Wellness for us is about actually making sure that, like I say, you live a longer, healthier lives. It's your lifestyle. To help you modify your lifestyle so that you don't get those non-communicable diseases. Even when you have them, we want to make sure that we manage them. That's why we've got Siemens Care, you know? Because people can live longer. The medicines are there, the technology is there. My own mother has lived with hypertension for a good 40, 50 years, you know? And still living a good quality life. And that is what it's all about for us. You know, balanced a lifestyle, you know. When we talk about wellness, we're talking about the various dimensions of wellness, you know, including mental wellness, which you'll see us taking a very, very active part on, you know, things that we have neglected in our lives. And yet those are the things that sometimes end up leading to physical illnesses, you know, as we know them. In particular, the non-communicable diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 has been a wake-up call for a whole lot of us. Because we know that the people who have been most vulnerable are those with NCDs, you know? If one is, maybe weight is not where it should be, you're more vulnerable. And because of that, it has elevated even our understanding of wellness. So when we sell wellness to our members now, it's something that people agree is absolutely essential. So that is our ICO experience. We are very serious about it. And that guy is a little bit overweight, but let's hope a year from now things will look, will look better than that. But for us, it's fun while we actually are doing something about our health, you know? Because we want to preserve a life, we want to make sure that people actually, even, you know what, you're going to live longer anyway because the technology is there. But can you live a longer, good quality life, you know? Not to spend 30 years, you know, on a wheelchair because things have gotten to that stage. Of course, a lot of these things is up to the Almighty, but we can also intervene when we can with the knowledge. Our COVID-19 experience, I think, has been very important for our brand. And I'll talk a little bit about it because we found out that we've interacted with our members more because of this. But the other big thing about COVID-19 experience is that it has accelerated digital transformation. It has accelerated the use of digital channels. You know, we did a lot of things on COVID, starting with here, when we actually invested in the various facilities. You know, over a year ago, we all realized that we did not have the facilities to cater for COVID. People were ill with COVID. And back in March, April last year, we started putting money in places like St. Anne's, Mater Dei, Pari, Ndare General Hospital, and we put in a total of $250,000 to make sure that we get beds in those places. Guess what? This was an investment that came in very handy in December and January, you know, because we had beds for our members now in those places. Not because we had a preference or what have you, but at least we had the working relationship, you know. But we did even more than that at the time, you know. Our doctors were providing home care. I was affected by COVID. I think I tested positive on the 21st of December, just before Christmas. So I spent Christmas by myself. And by then my family had left. I drove back to Harare, spent Christmas by myself in Harare. But the thing was this, that our doctors were able to talk to me by phone, particularly the first 2 nights. You know, you are so uncertain, you are so afraid. And these guys were calling me different times of the night. If we were monitoring my oxygen levels, we're monitoring my blood pressure, and I'm relaying this to them, including at some point then they did a home visit. But that for us worked, and it worked for a lot of our members. It accelerated after that, you'll remember. Places ran out of oxygen. But what did we do? We managed to get oxygen for our members. We imported oxygen concentrators. These doctors were able to attend to people at their homes, including our ambulance service. And that for us, for me, it led to a certain connection with our members, that we can swing into action and provide this kind of service. And I would like to think we saved lives. But more importantly, at least people want peace of mind when it comes to health. And that is what I think we provided. The COVID-19 care packs, you know. Coming out of that, earlier on we'd been involved, of course, in COVID-19 testing through our labs. But coming out of that experience, it was clear to us that we needed to be part of the people who are motivating for vaccines. Hence the reason why we got involved with the business member organizations, your CZI, Chamber of Mines, and so on and so forth, and maybe some of your businesses, to push for vaccines. For our members, we said we'll pay for those vaccines. We want these vaccines here. Government was going to provide the vaccines, it's okay, but we'll complement it, we'll pay for those vaccines, you know? And so far, so good, you know? But for us, it was about lobbying, in fact, that the vaccination happens, you see? It was about complementing and making sure that we leave no stone unturned, because the vaccine for us, and it's still the fact, is the only fighting chance we've got against COVID. People have asked me sometimes, which is the best vaccine, and so on and so forth. And I always say the best vaccine is the one that's in your arm, on your arm. And I got this quote from, I think it's Dr. Fauci, you know. January, we lost a lot of old people. Great wisdom disappeared, you know. And for us, we had to react to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our story insofar as COVID is concerned. And for us, we think it has had an impact on our brand, but we're doing it because we want to save lives. We're doing it because we think all hands on deck in terms of fighting COVID. We've spent a lot of money on the preventative messages. The communication messages, we're still going to come up with more. We're in it for the long haul, insofar as fighting COVID is concerned. Right. So that is Simmers there. You know that building. Every time the press came up with Simmers, they came up with that building. We love that building, of course, it's our building. But there came a time when we felt we needed to do something different, you know, because the digital age had arrived. You know, we're now looking at tech solutions, and the configuration was not easy in that building. We're moving more towards open plans. In fact, with COVID, we've been doing remote working, you know. So now you're going to be having hot sitting or whatever it is where you don't own a desk, you know. We've been so successful with remote working for reasons that I'll give later, particularly certain of our units. Does anyone know this building? The Harare main post office. When I arrived at Simmers December in 2013, we did a lot of business with these guys. A post office truck used to come to collect statements. A whole truck, they had to send a whole truck. Yeah? And of course, we're using a lot of this stuff. This is I hate to say it, I really hate this form. Coming from me, I really hate it. You know? I think it's outlived its life, its usefulness, and it needs to go. You know? You can't be doing this. These days, you should be using your mobile phone, not this thing. You know? But sadly, it's still there, here and there. So this changed. This situation changed. Now we don't even send a statement on post. This is our digital transformation journey. With disparate systems. Unfortunately, I can't see very well. Not very good. Anyway, you can see. That was the situation. You know, limited interaction with our members. We're not quite utilizing our data the way we wanted to. Even within Simmers itself, the departmental interaction was not what we wanted to do. And those are the implications. Overtime, rework, process inefficiencies, no real-time access, reduced member experience, poor member experience, customer experience, frustrated providers, overworked, disengaged, all those bad things. We said no to this when we embarked on our digital transformation journey, you know, about 2 or 3 years ago. We wanted to create a Simmers ecosystem for all units, one Simmers, automation and integration of all processes. And this is what our understanding of digital transformation is. That is embracing the cloud, adopting software as a service, you know. And for us at that point, this was not an option, but it was an imperative. We needed to either follow this or perish. Guess what? We've achieved this. All our core businesses are now cloud-based. All of them, the core ones. But we still have a bit of work to do in some of the systems. These are some of the results in terms of our touch points. Online charts on media, I think there's more there in terms of interaction. This is where we are now. This is where we were a year ago. Emails per month. This is where we are now. This is where we were a year ago. Voice calls, you see how those voice calls are at the moment compared to then. This is because of how active our contact center is, Simmers Connect. Walk-ins have gone down. maybe not as much as we would like to, but again, we now know that brick and mortar is part of the customer experience. SMSs, you can see the effect of the SMSs there. We've actually upped our SMS engagement. Okay, that to me is telling. There's other things we haven't shown, maybe more serious. Yes, we've talked about social media, but there's more happening on the likes of Facebook and Twitter. Facebook in particular, very active for us, you know. And thanks to our partnership with Nash TV, there's great stuff happening there. Look at what we've achieved with our emails. So 30% of our emails are opened by members. That is a good achievement, you know. We've got 106 principal members. Those are the available emails. These we're struggling with, but we need to do, we're still cleaning up our data, you know, because remember, we're 75 years old, and some of those guys don't have emails. But we've done okay, I think, from where we are. If I showed you this figure a year ago, it was probably in the region of 50,000. That's the delivery on per broadcast. Non-functional emails on the database, we need to do something about these emails. But this, for us, is important. At least we're talking. Perennially, I used to say at Simmers, we are not talking to our members. Now I'm encouraged. I think we're talking, you know. The most effective traditional channel for messaging is SMS, as you can see. And we've got almost 100,000 cell phone numbers in our database. And a very good delivery rate of over 90%. We're not happy with that. I think we want the other channels to also function, but we think it's a good start in terms of how our customers are interacting with us. Now, what is our experience so far? When you talk about service providers, one of the things we changed was that service providers are customers because they interact with our patients, with our members, remember. So if a service provider, you're lying ill there and he says Simmers is horrible, you'll remember that. So they are customers. So we need to respond to them. We need to treat them as customers. Perennially, if you went 10 years ago, there were always these headlines. Simmers at lockerheads with the doctors. Simmers at, we've sought to destroy that. These are customers. You can't be at lockerheads with your customer, you know? So what have we done for our service providers? We've deployed portals, service provider portals. You know, we have created these blue zones, which are networks. We've created a switch where we can use biometric, and that manual funny claim that you saw disappears. And currently we're processing 80% of our claims online. You know, 3 years ago, that was probably 10%. 80% are online. With a huge data capture team, they're no more there. You know, mobile app, they can also check your membership through the mobile app. So for me, it's great work turning this service provider into a customer. Members, member portals, mobile apps, walk-ins, increased healthcare services, these are walk-ins. And we continue to improve these walk-ins. You know, our guys our customers look forward to visiting us. They didn't like visiting us when we were in that other place I showed you. Now they look forward to visiting us. They can get parking. It must be convenient, you know? And that is the experience we want to extend throughout. Certainly in Harare, we've achieved it. We have more to do. Patients, telehealth, online bookings, Medic Express, and mobile app. This Medic Express, this is about you sending your prescription online, via the phone, via WhatsApp, via our Connect, and we deliver your medicines home. This worked particularly well at the lockdown. And in the first quarter of last year, I think we delivered over 15,000 scripts of this year. We're currently doing, I think, in the region of 3,000 per month. We would like to do more. It's free. Why go to the pharmacy when you can get your medicines delivered at home? You know? And it's not different from the earlier things that I showed you that are happening in other countries. Web for prospective members, website, online chats, voice calls. Yes, we still have work to do there because we want to see our membership going up. as a result of these interventions. So ladies and gentlemen, that is our story and that is our experience so far, which I thought maybe I should share with you. We're on a journey to achieve one unified customer experience. That's the journey. You must have a good backbone, so a single source of truth. Data, it must come from the same database, you know. And for me, that's the omni-channel we're talking about. From one source, talking to the same customer with the data. Why should you walk into our lab and people start capturing the same information that we have got, you know? It's not necessary. You all have an experience of going to a hospital, you know, our biggest private hospital here, and you're sitting in that form thing, filling big forms, and ladies, you're just worried about going to deliver that baby, not filling those forms. We don't want that, you know? And for us, it must be just you walk in there, they greet you, hello, Mrs. So-and-so, and they usher you to your ward. Siemens Connect has made an impact. That is our contact center. I wish I could put a picture here. We've got a wonderful contact center in Harare. It's made an impact in the last 2 or 3 years. Where are we going? What is the future? Customer relationship management is where we're going. So we need a good, we're still working on our customer relationship management platform. We believe in the power of technology in achieving a true omni-channel and brand experience. So this we're spending time on. Artificial intelligence, it's here. It's here, it's not pie in the sky stuff. You can create your own algorithms, you know, and achieve real solutions. We're currently working on a bot. Machine learning. We're looking at a future where intelligent solutions ought to adapt to customer needs. You know? These things are here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to demonstrate this. And I think by just talking through, you can see that it's not pie in the sky. Of course, some of that thing we saw on Nike is a bit of pie in the sky. But some of these things are within reach, you know? I'm coming to the end. Oh, sorry, I have to go to show you this. This is us. This is who we are. And that's how we want to be known. And walk-in centers are a huge part of our strategy. So are services, which we're rolling out. In a couple of weeks, we'll be opening our brand new clinic in Borodale. I invite you to come and have a look at it. If you see one in Zimbabwe better, let me know. But anyway, we're trying. I'm sure there will be one better soon. What are the challenges in all this? There'll always be challenges: security threats, hacking technologies, and suspicious practices. When it comes to data, particularly health data, people are reluctant. You know, you don't want to hear that your data is floating everywhere. You know, people are able to come and buy the data and use it. I'm sure you'll be very upset because it's things that are personal to you. So we need to be very careful that we're not seen to be intrusive. You know, the back-end IT systems, I've spoken to them, and we've invested a lot in those back-end systems, and we continue to do so. Lack of data strategy, how we're utilizing data, no consideration for the entire customer journey. Usually there's loose pieces. I spoke about macro. Now those ones are trying, but not trying hard enough, you know, because you should walk in there and they should know you're there and give you your points, you know. Not ensuring that customer experience is at the top of everyone's priorities. Of course, it involves a change of culture in the organization so that everyone understands that it's about customer experience, improving customer experience, you know. Intrusive to data, I think I've spoken to that. What are the opportunities? So for us, is that single source of truth where we've got a unified customer database enabled by customer relationship management tools, loyalty reward programs. A lot of people say to us, I haven't claimed for 40 years, what have I got out of it? Yeah, we're looking into how we can build those loyalty as well. Customer smartphones being turned into real-world cookies. You know, now people can track you through your customer phone. They can see your behaviors. So understanding customer behavior and increasing value. There's so much on that phone at the moment, and it enables us to understand the customers more Even the data that we have, particularly us in health, there's so much data about that we gather about people. But for us, obviously, we've got to be careful how we use that. So hence, we need to make sure that we're transparent with the data and the privacy is contained. Revenue growth, better consumer insights. But for us, it's about making our brand top of mind. You know, our brand must be top of mind. You can't talk about medical aid without talking to our brand, about our brand. We would have failed in our duty. You know, of course, for us, it's important that people get covered. You know, medical aid even by other people, but obviously we prefer them to be covered by us. So, if in what we do, we're pursuing a blue ocean strategy, in other words, creating new markets, creating new people that are not covered, then we also would have achieved something. Right, let's see. Now, is there anybody from Croco here? Because I saw them running an advert. Okay, they did it in absentia. These guys owe me big time. They are virtual. Oh, they owe me big time, these guys, as you can see.
As a brand, Ford is looking for the most effective way of building and strengthening relationships with consumers. With people using their devices 24/7, we need to be digitally present. So, how does Ford get a digital hook in physical visitors to their dealerships and secure relevant targeted messages across all the touch points in the consumer journey? We set out to solve this challenge and deliver an immersive and relevant marketing effort. The results, they are amazing. Every January, the Ford dealerships invite consumers to a New Year's event where hundreds of visitors normally would walk into the dealerships, hopefully take a test drive, grab a brochure and be off again. This left Ford guessing if, where and when they ultimately purchased a new car. We designed a simple but effective strategy to get a digital hook in these visitors. When the day of the event came, we sent out our activation staff who collected hundreds of email addresses from 5 dealerships. 2 days later, we sent out tailored emails. Based on Ford's own data and the data we collected during the event, we built an advanced algorithm that made it possible to decide what single message would be most relevant to deliver. The result? Amazing! Open rates are a whopping 16 times higher than the industry average, and click rates on an impressive 38%, 3 times higher than the industry average, proving that a single-minded, relevant and well-timed message delivers high engagement with your audience. Using our proprietary ID matching technology, Live Audience, we were able to translate our car model audiences into tailored segments for banner, search and Facebook targeting. Here we delivered low-frequency targeting strategies to gently remind the audience to keep Ford in mind when considering a new car. This was done in contrast to aggressively retargeting at a high frequency, as the consumer journey for a car does not call for aggressive low-funnel retargeting. Different message, same model, creative strategy. At the website oplev.ford.dk, we created personalized content specific to the car model the consumer is interested in. We delivered different creatives to secure the journey experience and not just the same dumb retargeting message repeated again and again in every channel. The results from this are impressive as we created a tremendous lift in the consumer's engagement with the Ford brand experience by 4-doubling the average duration of visits on the site and the number of page visits per visitor. Well, one algorithm is not enough, so we built an extra one. This one is based on email, banner and website behavior and decides when and with what message we deliver a follow-up email to the consumer to keep Ford in top of mind.
We're super pleased with the results. We want to be relevant and give our prospective customers the best possible experience. This solution enables us to promote the Ford experience in a whole new way, raising engagement with consumers that show an interest in our brand in an elegant and relevant way while delivering excellent performance on our marketing goals.
So when we connect offline with online and when we tailor unique, relevant messages to the right user at the right time, we deliver amazing results for Ford and for the future of the seamless omni-channel experience.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I think we end here. Yeah. So, It's been a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for listening to me. I hope that I say things that you understand, and well, that makes sense to you. And yeah, it's really been an absolute pleasure being with you this morning. Thank you.
All right, so maybe before you sit down, if you allow me, I wanted to ask if there's anyone in the audience would love to ask him any question, because this is your opportunity, you know what I mean? So if there's anyone in the audience, even some people, maybe 1, 2, 3 people who want to ask him a question, please take this opportunity to do so and get some wisdom, yes? All right, so just put your hand up and a microphone will be coming your way. Okay, so Panashe, we'll start here.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Vuli. That was such an eye-opener. Personally, I'm just impressed with the digital transformation journey that CIMAS has been taking. I think maybe because I'm not a member, I wasn't aware. I have my one question, but I'm quite impressed with the stats and obviously the integration that I've seen. My one question is that I've noticed that with local brands or companies, there's really been, there hasn't been a holistic looking in the issue of digital transformation. You notice that possibly because it's not a process-based orientation, someone possibly then just picks, you know, one element of digital transformation. Maybe they just move with just the digital marketing, and maybe someone just picks something that's just interesting. You know, they say, you know what, since CIMAS is doing this, let's just do it. But there isn't that integration, possibly because of the buy-in from the CEO, from the top management. You know, maybe sometimes it's just marketing that's saying, you know what, we noticed that Fortune is doing this, can you do it? I want to just find out, I know as the leader of CIMAS, how have you managed to push the whole experience such that it's not just a functional department that's pushing it, but you notice it's actually from a strategy a point of view. Thank you.
I think for me, it's a couple of things, one of which is addressing member pain points. So if you're really worried about customer experience, you identify what those pain points are and set yourself to achieve a solution. For us, it's not about what is the competition doing or not doing, you know. It's about addressing the member pain points, you know. But we've also been fortunate that I think as an organization, we have been undergoing transformation, which starts with a leadership change. I took over as CEO in 2016, having joined in 2013. So that change in leadership also helps. The most of the team also came with that agenda. And I don't know, we've also tried to embrace, I think, younger people, millennials, who understand these things better. You know, I can sit here and talk about all these gadgets, but they experience this, they live this. So for me, that also has made an impact. And we spend time with them, we give them the room to do these things. But for me, it's about member pain points and improving the customer journey.
How would you react if someone says CIMAS is elitist?
Sorry?
How would you react if someone says CIMAS is elitist?
Okay. Okay. I've heard that before. I've got different responses to it. Some you may like, some you may not like. For me, brands people are aspirational. People like nice things, you know. So if you do it, we don't do it to say we're looking at this market, but we're doing it to say it must come out looking good, you know. People must have a feel good about this brand, you know. But we care about the market. We also understand how competitive or not competitive we are in certain segments of the market, and we apply our minds to it. But at the end of the day, for us, is everybody must get a product that they are happy with. Elitist, I don't know.
Hi, Vuli. I'm Workmo. I'm with Zimnat. And we're in perhaps related industries. You want to make a difference. We want to make life better. There's something that we struggle with, and I hope you struggle with it, and I would like you to make a comment on it. I appreciate omni-channels and customer experience because it's what we all want to give. But in branding and in service, there's a fundamental proposition. You talked about customer pain points. And our customers, at the end of the day, they want to be well, and in the instance that they're not well, they want to feel better. And in your industry, you're talking about, do I have enough to get the care that I need at a hospital or the procedure that I need at a hospital? So how do you reconcile the area of experience as it relates to the core proposition, my pain point, and experience in as far as accessing the service, which is what I might call the frills, because that's always been, and that is currently, a big challenge for us, given particularly where we are as a country. Thank you.
I'm not sure I understand your question. Can you try again?
Yes.
Yeah, just break it down for me so that I'm able to respond appropriately.
Okay, so at the end of the day, I want to go to a hospital and get care. Right now, I'm not getting sufficient care because my cover is not enough. That's what I'm being told.
Okay.
Right? So I'm saying, how do you reconcile that and all the other frills that are to do with, I have a nice experience, I can access you, I can pay my premiums, I get a nice email, I can press, and all that. But it doesn't address my core pain point, which is that I actually can't access the medical care that I need.
Okay, thank you. I think I understand you now. So remember when, to the earlier question, I said it's about addressing the member pain points. So we can't lose sight of those things, We're there to make sure that, like I talked about in our purpose, that we're there to inspire, to inspire healthier communities by providing global standard health and wellness solutions, So those health solutions must come. And that is about you getting access to the healthcare when you need it. It's about the relevance of our card, So today, the argument in the market is not so much about us not getting access when it comes to the CIMAS card. And maybe it's linked to the elitist story there. It's about, CIMAS is expensive, But for us, we've got to balance the issues of being able to buy the healthcare services and what you can afford, Remember I said we've got partners who are service partners who want to be paid. We've got service partners who we should retain in the country, who we should invest in for them to super specialize. That's your doctors, And for us to do that, we need to pay them what is fair. You see? So the argument is always, in our case, at the moment, it's, they're so expensive. And yet, I would like to think we've got, certainly looking at the market, we've got great access in terms of access to healthcare, the level of the shortfalls. Which shortfalls we would like to eliminate? But the big picture for us is, when it comes to health, we want to provide value, So it's about us implementing the value-based healthcare model, where we are saying, what are the outcomes that you're getting? So it must only be about you going to hospital. It must be about you being well, which is why we start with wellness. What is the value that you're getting? If you are ill, do you get good outcomes? If you are 60 years old and you need a knee replacement, okay? First of all, do you get access to a doctor in the hospital that will do that? Do you get functional in as short time as possible and get back to work? That is value. What is the quality of the outcomes? For us, that's where the emphasis is. So I hear you on the access. The basics have got to be given. And we do all this to provide the basics, which is access to healthcare. That's why I spoke about we need to create new markets for ourselves, even in Zimbabwe. Our concern should be people that are not covered right now. Do you know that we spend, I'm told 2019 we spent 1.5 billion US dollars in health, of which 500 million came from government, 500 million came from medical aids, 500 million came from out of pocket. Sorry, medical aid and so 500 million came from development partners. The other 500 million was from out of pocket and medical aids. For us, that out of pocket should be in medical aid as well, so that when you are ill, you can get the healthcare services you need. It was in the news, guys. There's a leading personality in South Africa who passed away because of COVID. Leading personality, medical doctor, they had to fundraise for a healthcare because they were in between medical aids. Okay? And for us, that's the message we're serving. We want to cover you, be covered.
So maybe one last one? No? Okay.
Sorry, I just wanted to add to what the CEO said in terms of answering what you were talking about. Earlier on in his presentation, he talked about the interventions we did in terms of making sure we invest in the chain when COVID happened. He talked about $250,000, which was invested into the facilities to ensure that we've got beds and everything. I think it ties in with what you're saying, to say, as I go to the hospital, the experience that then I get might not be as good as what I experienced with CIMAS. So we're also making sure in the chain that you actually get better facilities and you get better help. And also when we invested into the clinics, like he highlighted, that we're going to be opening one of, it's the best, I think it's the best that you've seen in Zimbabwe in terms of clinics. We are also trying to make sure that you get the primary health care and in the best environment that you can get it in Zimbabwe. So you see our clinics actually helped a lot, especially last year. I'm sure the CEO will allude to it as well, that most government hospitals, there were strikes and so forth at the beginning of the year, and our clinics were functional, and it meant our members still managed to get that core need of help that they needed for medical services. So we're investing in the chain, in clinics, in pharmacies, in med labs. We even have a dialysis center to make sure we take care of our members so that that need they have for their medical aid is actually attained. That's why we're investing into that.
Thank you.
Wow. Very, very, very well done. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I would like to call upon Akoline. She is the Business Development Executive for MAZ. She's going to be coming through and she is going to be presenting a gift. Give her a round of applause as she comes through. All right, so to be honest, I've learned so much. There are just so many things that I learned from the presentation. So thank you very much for that. I want to ask one question. All right, the best vaccine is the one where? Who was that? Okay, besides him, who was the other person who got it correct? All right, cool. Come get your gift. All right, congratulations. So the best vaccine is the one in your arm. That's what I learned today, among other things. All right, so we would also like to acknowledge those people that are viewing us from the stream. We're currently streaming. Congratulations. We're currently streaming on Nash TV Zimbabwe. We're also streaming on the CIMAS pages. We're also streaming on Marketers Association of Zimbabwe, among other pages. And we would also like to acknowledge the people on Twitter. And we've actually got winners on Twitter, so I'm just going to be announcing those. But before I get into that, I just want to tell you our hashtag for today. So our hashtag is hashtag Superbrand 2021, hashtag SB Breakfast. So that's the hashtag that you can use. So if you met someone new or maybe someone that you probably last saw at school and you want to take a photo, just remember to use those hashtags, because at the end of it, we're also going to be giving away a lot of prizes today. I'm just feeling generous. All right, so I'd like to announce our winners on Twitter. Daniel Chipato at DC. Congratulations. You get a hamper, and also Momoyo at Momoyo 18, you also get a hamper. So congratulations to you. And coming early is just incredible. So I'd also like to acknowledge the people that came early for this event today. So the first to arrive was Tatenda from Zimnat. All right, so Tatenda, what I want you to do is I want you to look over there. Pick any hamper that you want because it's yours. You deserve it. Thank you so much for coming through early. All right, so we have a lucky lady. Eish, this girl, Ida from ZBC. You were also early today, and you get to pick a hamper as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds at this point. 5, 4, it touches a move. 3, okay, there we go. Pick one. All right. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for the giveaways. Gifts and More, Dairy Board, Associated Foods Zimbabwe, Proton, Nemchem, Cons, Pro Brands, as well as Schweppes. So they provided the hampers that we're going to be giving away today. And we also want to thank our gold sponsor, Agricura, our silver sponsor, Elegance and Irvins. And we would also like to thank our research partner, Expert Research, as well as our media partners, ZBC TV, Nash TV, Zim Papers, Business Times, Newsdays, Zim Independent, Financial Gazette, Aslan Media, and Print Yard. All right, so we're moving on with the program because there's still a whole lot that needs to happen today. Remember, today we are unveiling the 200 brands. So I'm super, super, super excited about that. All right, so we're going to move on to the next thing on our list, and that is the presentation of the Superbrand process. So I'd like to call the Superbrand Adjudicators Committee Chairperson, Mr. Mutashu, to please come through to the podium. Give him a round of applause. And before he begins, I'd like to say there's an ABI 8827 that is currently blocking other cars. So if it's you, just discreetly go and get the situation sorted. Thank you.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can hear me or do I need to adjust anything here? Thank you. I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe, Vice President, Ms. Emilia Mabika, Marketers Association of Zimbabwe Executive Secretary, Mr. Gillian Rusike, our esteemed guest speaker, SEMA's Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Vulindlela Ndlovu, the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe board members here present, Superbrand adjudicators, Superbrand partners, including the media fraternity, brand custodians, captains of industry and commerce, the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe management and staff here present. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all for joining us today for this very important event in the business calendar in Zimbabwe. The Superbrand event, ladies and gentlemen, has become the hallmark of business awards based on an authentic process that has been embraced by all sectors in Zimbabwe. The perception of Superbrands continues to gain milestones as testimony to the number of participating brands each year and the delegates the ceremony attracts. Branding is the essence of every business success. And I have no doubt, ladies and gentlemen, that with the efforts and activities such as these conceptualized by MAZ, we will continue to see Zimbabwe high on the corporate ladder soon, despite our challenges. Today's Superbrand Business Breakfast is being held under the theme Brand Experience through Omnichannel Integration, which aptly speaks to the new normal. As brand custodians, we must understand that times have changed and consumers are moving to various channels, and that's where our products must be found. We need to ensure brand visibility through these social media and other channels. Ladies and gentlemen, the consumer is now more powerful and empowered than ever. So let us be wary of the negative factors that might destroy our brands. Let's also try to engage and respond to consumer inquiries timelessly. We have seen some brands being shamed for failure to engage with their consumers on various channels. And as we sit down to discuss Superbrands as your adjudication committee, we are so much cognizant of the fact that brands are assets, and very expensive assets indeed, which have huge investment. It actually takes huge investment to build these brands. And our discussions and deliberations are always guided by such thoughts. Hence our decisions as the adjudication team are very positive and factual. This is the reason why we continue to incorporate auditors and research consultants to ensure that all loopholes are closed. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure as the chair for the Superbrand Adjudication Committee to introduce the team that I am working with. I would like to acknowledge and appreciate the solid group of professionals who make up the adjudication committee, and these are Dr. Eve Gadzikwa, Dr. Gifford Hapanyengwi, Mr. Lakson Gwara, Mr. Clive Chinwada, Ms. Chipo Mashingaidze, I'm sure she's here. You can, okay, exclusively. Florence Chirwa, Ms. Gloria Zaravanu. Our task is to oversee and make recommendations to the Superbrand process, verification and endorsement of results, to give strategic input to the Superbrand process in an independent and transparent manner. We also wanted to acknowledge Expert Research Solution, XRI, who are our 2021 Superbrand research partners. And as earlier alluded by the Vice President, Ms. Mabika, we cannot talk about Superbrand and not talk about our late brother, Mr. Tove Manene. May his soul continue to rest in peace. You played a very important role from the adoption of the Superbrand Awards in Zimbabwe in 2010 to the time that he passed, sadly. And over the years, Tove, a respected guru in his field, worked hard with the MAZ team and others to grow these awards that are revered in the business sectors of the economy. So to the team from Expert Research Solution, we look forward to you taking over this rich legacy left by Tove and building the awards further through, and of course, throughout and fair work as much as possible. I also want to acknowledge Grant Thornton, who have been consistent Superbrand process auditor. Ladies and gentlemen, the Superbrand concept is an international concept that was adopted in Zimbabwe by the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe in 2010. The concept aims to identify brands that are performing above and beyond others within the market. By definition, a superbrand is a brand that has established the finest reputation in its field, offers customers significant emotional and or tangible advantages over its competitors, which consciously or subconsciously customers wish and want and recognize. And after the superbrand sectors, and for the superbrand sectors, a superbrand sector is a set of brands that are direct or indirect competition with each other or serve a common group of customers. And to be eligible, these brands must satisfy the following characteristics of a brand sector. That is, number one, the superbrand sector is derived from the top 200 brands. Secondly, the sector must have a minimum of 3 brands. The overall superbrand research process has 6 phases, and the 6 phases are as follows. The first one is the shortlisting of 200 brands, and this is done through a nationwide research and is based on brand awareness. The second one is unveiling of the top 200 brands, which is what you are witnessing now, which has been verified by the adjudication committee. And of course, number 3, field research. After the unveiling ceremony, the 200 brands are taken back to the consumers for market research. Brands are rated according to the following variables for business to business. A, perceived market dominance. B, brand resilience. C, customer goodwill. D, customer loyalty. E, overall market acceptance. And for business to consumer, A, product or service experience. B, product or service accessibility. C, product or service pricing. Pricing is very key and fundamental, especially during these times. Consumers wish to access our locally manufactured brands at affordable prices. It is the price factor that has become so important these days, and we need, as brand custodians, to ensure that our products are priced well. And of course, D, product or service loyalty. We need repeat customers. Those are the ones that build our businesses. E, product or service innovation. Innovation, digitalization, and of course, new technologies. Embracing new technologies is the way to go. Number 4, adjudication of results. After the consumer research, the results are presented to the adjudication committee for final verification and endorsements. This whole process, right from the beginning, our auditors are involved. And each and every year, they dispatch a team to monitor the data gathering process. And 5, Superbrand Awards. After the adjudication phase, the final results are then presented at the annual Superbrand Awards ceremony. Superbrand sectorial winners, top 20 business to business and top 20 business to consumers brands are given awards. This year's award ceremony is earmarked for the 26th of November 2021. Number 6, Superbrand report publication. After the awards, a report is published profiling these top brands. I would like to therefore emphasize that from the very beginning, the consumer are very much a determinant factor in this research. So it is about what each of the brand is doing to take care of its consumers. That is good to ensure that it derives the same attraction during this process as much as possible. It is the consumer who continues to be the backbone of this process. The field research is nationwide, covering all the country's 10 provinces, with target sample size of 3,000. Of course, 1,500 business to business and 1,500 business to consumers. Bearing in mind the continued COVID-19 pandemic, our survey will continue to use both face-to-face interviews and online interviews. We would like to bring to your attention the issue of sectorial reports. It is important to uncover the story behind the feelings. For 2021, Marketers Association of Zimbabwe will prepare sectorial reports which give an in-depth comparison of how brands in each sector performed against competition in terms of the Superbrand variables. These will be available for all the brands for use as an information tool. Ladies and gentlemen, it is exciting to note that we have the detergents, stroke disinfections and hygienic solution sector as one of the most active sectors in Zimbabwe, if not in the world, participating, of course, in the Superbrand survey this year. And the global market for detergents, products, and hygienic services, yes, rather significantly increased during the COVID-19 pandemic period. And of course, projections are made that the market will continue to rise with increasing prevalence of chronic diseases, and people are becoming more health conscious. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege and honor to be part of the system behind the largest business research and business event in the country. And of course, special congratulations to all the brands that have made it to the top 200. We urge these brands to continue reinventing themselves, increasing the customer experiences, and satisfying their customers. Together with the team of adjudicators, we warmly wish everyone here a graceful experience. I thank you.
Very, very, ooh, okay. Boom. All right. So while we're waiting to then get into the unveiling of the top 200, I'd like to get 2 volunteers. So obviously there are many. Yes, thank you. You don't know what you're volunteering for, though. You're on it. You're like, I'm about it. All right. So I'd like 2 brands. Yes, please, can you come through? All right. So the 2 ladies are going to be coming through. Maybe we can go to the front. Oh, this is going to be fun. You don't know what you volunteered for. All right. Please, may I have another microphone? Ladies, are you ready? No, you volunteered. All right, so maybe you can introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Good afternoon, marketers. Oh, good morning. I don't know what time it is. It's still morning. My name is Mutsai Mkungatu. I am the marketing manager for Kane's Foods.
Yay. All right, can you introduce yourself?
My name is, oops.
One of them is just booming. I think it's sound. Okay, you can go.
My name is Rungano Rukao. I'm a marketing personnel at Nimchem, the professional choice.
Nice. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a game. So you're not gonna talk about your brand because I'm sure you know everything there is to know about your brand. So I want you to tell me things that you know about this brand, and then you tell me about what you know about that brand, and then we're gonna go back and forth, and then the first person to run out of things to say, I don't wanna say loses, but yes, they lose. And then the person who has the more facts gets a hamper.
Oh.
Is that easy? That's simple, right? It's relatively simple. Okay.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first?
I can go first.
All right, you can go first.
Okay, so Nemchem is the professional choice. They are a household cleaning brand.
Oh, stop.
One thing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Tell me something about Cane's.
Cane's, cereal. They provide us with nice cereal.
Can you be specific? Okay. All right. That's fine. That's enough. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Your turn.
So cleaning detergents. Yeah.
They are part of Charon's biscuits.
Is that correct?
Not quite. Sharon's is a part of Kane.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I'll forgive that because you clarified. Okay. Let's go.
Cleaners. They have cleaners at Nemchem.
Oh, like as in physical cleaners, human
stuff.
Cleaners.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Cane's, they're SAZ certified.
Yes, we are.
That is true. Okay.
Yeah. They are into corporate cleaning at a large scale. They clean both corporate, they clean institutions, etc.
Your turn.
We're actually neighbors. They're just across the road.
That is a fact. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Okay.
Their brand colors are blue and white.
Okay. Okay. I'll give you that one. Ladies, you can just say Ndaperero. It's okay.
No, I won't give up.
Okay.
They actually do winter chocolates, which are my favorite.
Okay.
And a whole other variety of chocolates as well.
Is it true?
Yes.
Grudgingly, yes. All right.
So, in addition to detergents, they also have cleaning equipment.
Okay. All right. Should I just give both of them? All right. Well, let's. Okay.
Last but not least.
Oh, last.
Yes.
So you've given up?
Not really,
Okay.
because They're actually one of our key clients.
Ah.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys a hamper. Then you ladies, I don't know what you're gonna do. One person's gonna pick this, pick that, pick that. Is that okay? You guys can share a hamper.
Yeah, that's
because
fine.
I think you both know about each other, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Give them a round of applause. All right, so you guys can pick any hamper that you want. Congratulations, and thank you so much for participating. All right, so I still got a whole lot of giveaways that I'm going to be giving away because that is the purpose. We're going to be giving away something to those people that are streaming directly from MAZ. So we're going to be giving away something to those streamers. We're also going to be giving away something to the people that are streaming from Nash TV. By the way, my name is Butterfly. I am from Nash TV. And yeah, I'm going to tell you more about myself a little bit later. But yes, we are going to be moving on with the program. So right now, we're going to be unveiling the top 200 brands. So the Superbrand Adjudicators Committee Chairperson, Mr. Mtashi, I'd like to ask him to come back, and he is going to be helping us with this process. Give him a round of applause.
Just a moment. Thank you. It's now the time that we've all been waiting for. So the brands will be coming out on the screen. The 2021 top 200 brands. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa, Agricura. Oh. Can you So I think in the interest of time, let's just have a look at all those brands that made it into the top 21 Superbrand. The likes of Bigazine, Valley House, Buttercup, Margarine, Cascade, Castle Light, Carling Black Label, Gibbs, Bonamache, Boom, Castle Lager, Nestle Cerevita, Chateau, Chicken Slice, Dairy Boutique Mombe, Shibuku, Ariamad Sawira, Choppies, Chloride Zimbabwe, Coca-Cola, Cocom, Daily News, Croco Motors, Dairy Boutique Zimbabwe, Simas, Dulles, Doves, DSTV, EcoCash, Den Dairy, Delta Corporation, Davis Granite, DHL Dulux, Econet, EcoSure, Edgars, Elegance, Engine, Eversharp, Everest, Eurocar, Excite Batteries, Excite, Fanda, FBC Bank, Fawcett Security, FedEx Mix, Fidelity Life, First Mutual Life, First Mutual Health, Fossil Agro, Fruit Trade, Fresh Pegroibos, Freight World, Gloria, Gitel, Holiday Inn, Impala Car Rental, Wange, Colliery, Hewlett's, Ivins, Jade, Cephalus, Lacto, Lake Harvest, Lafarge, Lobos Bread, Mazoe, Quench, Mamas, Liquid Telecom, Mikkels, Medtech, Multi Clean, Nando's, Nash, Nash TV, yes. And of course, Mukuru, National Foods, Mahatma Rice, Net One, Newsday, Mimosa, Ngwerewere, Nichols Diamond, Nissan Clover Leaf Motors, OK Zimbabwe, Nyarazo Funeral Services, Novafit, Omo, Old Mutual, of course, One Money, Pana, Pepsi, Palenda, Power FM, Dairy Bodipfuko, POSB, Pro Brands, Red Seal Super Rollerman, Lions Quick Brew, Pure Drop, Proton, Pro Brands, PPC Zimbabwe, Profits, Puma, Rikoff, Royal, Safeguard, Sidgo, Spa, Sino Zimbabwe Cement, Silo, Schweppes, Securico, Sportless, Sparts, Stewart Bank, Squish Squash, Steri, Milk, Sunlight, Telecel, Tel1, Tanganda, Sungem, of course, Star FM, Stewart Bank, The Herald, The Sunday Mail, Texas Meats, Total, Topics, Speak and Pay, Toyota Zimbabwe, Transsafe, Trek Petroleum, Tenor Zimbabwe, Trueworth, Varichem, Vaseline, Zepnex, Varichem, Zambezi, Viceroy, Two Keys, ZB Bank, ZFC Limited, ZFL, Zim Gold, Zimnat, Chibuku, Zimplat, Zimnat, General Insurance, Zim Switch, Revive, Zimpost, Zua Energy. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Nicely done. So if you are in the audience and you saw your brand name there, I just want like a convincing woo. Okay, I'm in the process of losing my voice, but I want like a convincing woo. Warumano Tichi, yeah. So the guys are gonna go yeah, and then the ladies are gonna go woo. Okay. So at the count of 3, if your brand was, because this is something to celebrate, this is something really incredible. So at the count of 3, if your brand was part of the 200, I just want you to do the thing. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, I like it. I'm very, very happy. All right, so we still got a whole lot that we're going to be doing for you, and we're still here with you. And I still got some stuff that I want to give away. So I'm going to be announcing the winners in a little bit. Right now, we are going to move on to the next thing, which is the unveiling of the 2021 Superbrand partners. And I would like to call from the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe, Enia Zimunya. Give her a round of applause as she comes through.
Thank you very much, Butterfly. Good morning to you all. I just want to thank you all for coming through to our Superbrand Breakfast for 2021. I also want to welcome all our audiences that are following us on our live stream broadcast. I just want to appreciate and thank all the sponsors that have come through for the Superbrand Breakfast for 2021. I also want to encourage and invite you to consider partnering with us on the Superbrand Award ceremony, which is much bigger than this one, which we are going to hold in November. So if you want to be part of our partners and sponsors like what the other brands are doing, just get in touch with us and we're going to communicate. So right now, before I unveil the 2021 Superbrand Launch, our partners, can I just bulldoze the Okay, I just want to bulldoze the presentation a bit to just invite every person who's sitting here to our 2021 Marketers Winter School that we're holding on the 24th to the 26th of June 2021. We are going to have it in a hybrid setup. We've got some people that will be physical at holiday in Mutare. We also have some who will be joining us through the virtual platforms. I specifically liked the presentation that Dr. Ndlovu took us through. It kind of set the tone of what we'll be discussing. I think as Marketers Association of Zimbabwe, we'll continue driving the digital world, the digital era, and ensuring that all us as marketers are upskilled in those areas. So we've managed to line up quite a number of speakers throughout the region. We've got a speaker from Ghana, Stephen is saying. We also have someone from South Africa coming through from Sanlam, who will also be taking us through. We also have quite a number of local speakers, including Dr. Maxen Karombo. We also have Mr. Love Monyatsime from Clean City Africa, and a whole lot of marketers. So I just want to encourage us who are sitting here to come through. If you have not obtained your marketing practitioner status, which is like my tie that I'm holding here, I want you to just make sure that you do it. It's necessary that as marketers, we're always upskilled. So if you want more information about that, just get in touch with us and then we'll be able to take you through. So that's it. Sorry about that. So I want to thank our partners for Superbrand 2021, which is the main purpose why I'm here. Okay, so the first partner that I want to appreciate is Expert Research International. Let's just give them a hand. I think from the previous speakers, you have all noticed that they will be moving with us in terms of the research. They offer the technical support to the whole research process, and they also offer the equipment that we use throughout our field research and so on. They provide the researchers because as MAZ, we want to keep the process as neutral as possible. I mean, all these brands that are represented, many of them are our partners. So we do not want to take sides. We then make the research partner take all the stones as well as all the chocolates that you then throw to them when they win. Secondly, I also want to appreciate our media partners for 2021. We've got, I'll just mention them. It's not really in order of importance, but I'm just mentioning all of them. We've got ZBC TV, we've got Nash TV, we've got Zim Papers, Business Times, we've got Newsday, Zimbabwe Independent, Financial Gazette, as well as our print partners, Askland Media and Printers. Let's just give them a round of applause. Now, the following sponsors that I'm going to mention are the sponsors for the Superbrand Breakfast Launch, as I mentioned in the beginning. So in case you want to partner us in the Superbrand Award ceremony, we are still talking to partners. The door is still open. So for the Superbrand Breakfast Launch, we want to thank our gold sponsor, Agricura, our silver sponsor, Elegance, as well as iFans. Let's just give them a round of applause. They made this breakfast possible. We also want to thank our sponsors for our giveaways, Gifts and More, Dairy Board, Associated Foods Zimbabwe, Proton, Nemchem, Canes, ProBrands, as well as Schweppes. Our hamper sponsors, Associated Hamper, Associated Food, Proton as well, Dairy Board, as well as Canes. Thank you very much, all these partners. Let's just give them a round of applause. You know, as MAZ, we can never have any event that is successful without the support of the sponsors. So we really appreciate what you've done. Many of the sponsors, they come through every year and they've really been faithful to us. We're always looking even for more partners so that we always make sure that the marketing experience as well as the profession is always upheld. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Over to you, Butterfly.
Okay, so I'd like to announce the winner from Nash TV. Somebody got the question correct that we asked on that platform. So the name of that person is Bruce Captain Junior Golfer. So congratulations. Somebody will be in touch with you and they tell you how you can collect your price. All right, so I hope that everybody had a good morning. We're almost coming to the end of the program. But this is not a time where you talk to people that you always talk to when you go to functions. This is also a time for you to get to know somebody different, get to kind of interact that generally you wouldn't really talk to. And you never know what can actually come out of that. So I'm encouraging that, exchange numbers, mingle, do all of that stuff in a COVID-friendly way, of course. And just make sure that, you meet somebody, at least do something today. All right, so the next part of the program, I have one hamper left. Are we giving away that alcohol? I saw somebody was interested. Is that something that's going to be given away? Does somebody want it? No one wants it. Okay, you can take it. It's yours. I got you. All right, so we got one hamper that's left right now. So, every time you go to these functions, there's always that one person who's like, I've never won anything. Like, either I don't get the question correct, my business card doesn't get picked. Like, I don't know, why is my life like this? And you're lamenting. If you are that person, please put your hand up. And please don't lie. Don't lie. So now who am I going to pick? All right, so Panashe, I would like you to just get the microphone where quickly you have 20 seconds to lament. And the most convincing lamenter is the one that I'm going to give away the hamper to. So the person that gives me the most saddest story, the microphone is here in the front. On the front table. So the one that gives me the saddest story is the one that we're going to give the hamper to. All right, we'll start there from that table. 20 seconds, ma'am. Please, lament. I hope I'm using this word correctly because I've never used it before.
Hi, Butterfly.
Yes.
6 years coming to
6
the
years.
Superbrand Launch.
Mhm.
I've never.
Never.
Not a single.
Okay.
4 or 5 companies I've worked for. Chingokanda makadi.
Yee. Never. All right, your 20 seconds is up, but we have shelved your concern. All right, let's go to the next one.
Hi, Butterfly.
Yes.
Mine is a different story.
Yes.
You all enjoying my gold star white pencils. You're enjoying my brown pencils. But I'm not there on the 200 super brands.
Oh. Okay, that's kind of, that made me sad a little bit. Okay. There was someone else. Yes, we have another one over there.
Hi, Butterfly.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Yes.
3 years ago, I actually had to dance.
Yeah.
To actually get a sack of potatoes.
Oh, wow.
I think it was in Shortback, and we were there for winter school.
Yes.
So.
Did you get the sack though?
No, I didn't.
Oh, wow. All right, my heartstrings are being tugged. All right, so we have 3. Do we have another one? Okay, just the last one. Then we can decide. That's sad. Hey. I don't want to take, okay, let's hear the last one.
I can best illustrate mine with a song.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I'm not going to sing it.
Anzi,
mwanangu seiko kuonda. Marketers Association wakomana. 20 years here. Kana kumbowina kana chimwe chunu.
20.
Kungomira, kungouya, kungodya. Ndaonda ini.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the what's it called? The nominees are in. Okay, the nominees are in. Is it going to be lady who danced for a sack of potatoes but did not win? Is it going to be 20 years with nothing? Is it going to be, wait, I'm not forgetting. There was another one. Yes, is it going to be 6 years? No, nothing. And then there was another one. What was the last one? The pencil. All right, so I'm going to point in the general direction. We're using that same, so if you're a lady, go, woo. And then if you're a guy, go, yeah. Okay, so that we know. So the one who gets the loudest, oh no, let's go, ah. I think that makes sense, right? All right, so the one with the loudest is the one who's going to get the hamper. So is it the lady in red on that table? Okay. Is it the lady in gray on this table? Okay. Is it the gold? Mati gold? Yes. Is it that lady over there? Is it that 20 years nothing? And it is the man who for 20 years has gotten nothing. And today he has received a hamper. Congratulations. All right. I think those are all the hampers that we had to give away today. Okay, so I'd like to call from the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe, Gillian Rusike, and that is going to be where we are going to get our closing remarks. So please give a round of applause.
Okay, thank you very much, Butterfly. The one who didn't get potatoes, maybe you can just go and pick something on the table there. I hope it will make up for the potatoes. At Gold Star, maybe you can also pick something over there. Yeah. 6 years, 6 years is a lot. I think just, yeah. So at least we've tried. Right, thank you so much. Okay, I'm standing in for my boss, Mr. Gillian Rusike. He has to rush for another engagement, so I'm going to take you through our closing remarks. First of all, I want to acknowledge the presence of our Vice President, Ms. Amelia Mabika, the Chairperson of the Superbrand Adjudication Committee, Mr. Denford Mutashu, our guest speaker, SEMA's Chief Executive Officer. So what I did, I've been calling him Doc. And I just want to correct that. He said he's not a dog, he's not a prophet, he's not a professor, or even a bishop. It's Mr. Vulindlela Ndlovu. Thank you very much for correcting me there. MAZ board members, Superbrand adjudicators, Superbrand partners, including the media fraternity, our brand custodians that have been listening to us in all the platforms, those who are here physically, and as well as those who are following us on our live platforms, captains of industry, MAZ management and staff here present. This is such a sad task because I'm closing the door on a lively and stimulating event, but I know that many of us have to go back to the office and continue building the brands in the trenches. This breakfast meeting has not only been about unveiling of the top 200 brands, but also a time to learn more about the Superbrand process and its importance. I believe that we have also learned something from our guest today, Mr. Ndlovu. He shared a lot on how to improve brand visibility, and there is indeed plenty to reflect upon and to stimulate active thinking and continue the discussions that have been said today. Ladies and gentlemen, the issue of brand agility and innovation cannot be overemphasized. I will not go into detail, but as we've heard from our speaker, the expectations of the market we serve, as well as the need for us to improve our digital channels. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you who are here. We have made this event live, and also our virtual participants following from far and wide. We had a lot of people wanted to be part of this event, but as we all know, we must first protect each other from this COVID scourge and also adhere to stipulated numbers. I would like to thank our guest speaker, Mr. Ndlovu, for taking his time to be with us today very early in the morning and sharing with us important words that I'm sure every brand custodian will take with them to make their businesses better. Also, let me take this time to thank our Superbrand Adjudication Committee for their commitment and hard work that they've put in the process. Being an adjudicator is very hard. You have to make sure that you are fair, you also have to make sure that you also award, you know, you check the process, you make sure that it's there, but your name is out there, you know. So it's such a hard process, but they've decided to take it upon themselves to be adjudicators. Therefore, we thank you. By the way, in Japan, there's an old saying. Sorry, I don't speak Japan, but I'll just read. Ichi go ichi. It is literally translated, one precious opportunity to meet someone in all your life. Originally, the word is one of the important rules of a Japanese tea ceremony, which means that when you have a tea ceremony, you must do your best, thinking it is the only chance to have a ceremony with people there at that time in your life. The same thing can be applied to a meeting or to meeting people. Even if you have made another, have another opportunity, you should think that it is only one chance or the last one to meet them in your life. May we live with this old saying in mind for many generations, and always consider important to keep our good relations with other people. So even as we go, make sure that you get someone's business card, make sure that you meet someone new whom you do not know, and afterwards network with them. Ladies and gentlemen, may I also take this opportunity to recognize the role played by brand custodians who have made this event possible. Let us continue to promote our brands. I also want to thank our sponsors that have sponsored this event. I think I've mentioned them, but let me just mention them again to show that they are special. Agricura, Associated Foods Zimbabwe, Canes, Dairyboard, Elegance, Ivans, Gifts and More, Nemcam, Pro Brands, Proton, and Schweppes. We greatly appreciate the support we have received from members of the media in covering our activities. Whilst they are too numerous to name individually, prominent among them is Nash TV for live streaming. Their presence has been invaluable and without doubt has helped to make the event a success. I've been following on their platform. I've seen comments from their listeners, and we really appreciate that. And finally, I want to thank the MAZ team, which has been running around putting up this great event together. We look forward to seeing you on the 26th of November, 2021 this year, where we reconvene again for the most coveted business awards ceremony, which is really one of the biggest awards ceremony in Zimbabwe, the Superbrand Awards ceremony. We believe that with the restrictions and what has been happening, all of us getting vaccinated, we'll be able to go back to our traditional big event, and by November, we hope that we'll be able to do that. With these few words, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and congratulations to the brands that made it to the top 200 brands list. From now on, our research team and the field workers will start going to the market. They will be asking questions about those top 200 brands, and on the 26th of November 2021, we'll then come back again to you to tell you who have made it to the top 20 business-to-business super brands, top 20 business-to-consumer super brand, and ultimately the overall super brand for 2021. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day. I think you can come, Buttercup.
All right, so I just want to say congratulations to more winners. Congratulations to Kundai Mutodi and Yolanda Jana from the MAZ Facebook page.
Oh. It's not playing. Ndamutevera uri wangu, ndamutevera chirandu, ndamutevera uri wangu, ndamutevera mukuru wabwa, ndamutevera uri wangu, ndamutevera mukanya, ndamutevera uri wangu, ndamutevera mihungwe. Wondende wondende, wondende wondende, kushaiwa.
peshe mabhegi emabhana so. Mana kamuka ro. Abana. Yo, was that?
Yes, yes, that's
Mangwana payeza zona kazvekunotaka kurarama mhuri dzinochema idzi samatenga wepindirai mununure vana venyu tosvika riniko tichitya nhongo dzezvironda Wandende mambo, wandende mambo, wandende mambo. Wandende mambo, wandende mambo, wandende mambo. Naiari makare kare, nai kumbira pasipo kuacha samata tikuedu. Apana chekubata mutimba, alikuchema mambo, makoto itase. Hajati zambili, roti samjata katkara, kusesa namo. Zimunowera, jisunugura mambo, jishike kwenye fura nepo. Nela chikas,
I'll see you. Okay, eventually. I'll see you there. All right, cool. Do the same.